Hi, Anya. Okay, I was reading your writing and I have your banner up. I don't see the magazine ad and the Welcome to Module 6 video. I had requested that students place their a PDF of their magazine ad just so we can get a good look at the two together, just to kind of ascertain the success of the campaign as a whole. I see that that magazine ad hasn't been submitted here, so we'll just go ahead and take a look at the banner ad. Okay, I got the banner ad up right here. Now, one thing I want to draw your attention to is the fact that, well, you got to take a really close look at the rubric for this assignment, because if you look at that rubric, you'll see that the only thing required to be animated is the call to action. So all of this stuff here, popping in and fading in and blinking out, I don't think it's working. And the reason I say that, really, Anya, the reason I say I just don't think it's working is because there's a lot going on here. I mean, this is Amethyst Bay Resort and Spa. It's a Caribbean resort with a spa associated. So the idea here and the branding is that of relaxation. When I look at this banner ad, I don't get relaxation, and because this image is popping in from the bottom, and then the logo disappears, couples retreat, blinks in, blinks out, then save up to 20% is big, huge in your face. It pops in and pops out, and you have click here, and you have all sorts of things moving and popping in. I'm just not getting the relaxed tenor from this that I think is warranted for a client who's located in the Caribbean as a resort. Do you see what I'm saying? So my recommendation is just to go to a standard configuration. Take a look at the examples in the announcements area. They're all very successful. And the reason this is pertinent is because I think that it would be best to keep your animations to a minimum and just present this in. I'm looking at your student portfolio. I'm looking at the consistency and the harmony in the campaign itself, as well as simplicity and restraint in the banner ad, and I think that will speak volumes in your student portfolio when that time comes. So again, my recommendation is this: is just to use the image as the background, put the masked image in there somewhere, set up your headline, set up your subhead, headline Arial bold, subhead Arial bold italic. Place the logo in one of the corners and let it stay there. Do not animate the logo. That's branding. You want the branding to be front and center for the entire duration of the magazine ad. So for instance, if you can imagine, if somebody looks at this banner ad right now, there's no logo, there's no location, there's just no information, which brings me to my next point, which I'll make in 1 second. But as I said, image in the background, headline, Arial bold, subhead, Arial bold italic, and then have your call to action. Save up to 20% if you book now or whatever, right? And then just fade that in and fade it out and repeat that fade. That's all you have to do. No click here. I mean, this is left over from the 90s, this kind of click here thing where people didn't really realize. Today, everybody realizes that if there's a banner on a web page, if you hover over the banner, your cursor is going to change. It's a link, and it'll take you right to the client's website. That's why we don't have to include click here or any kind of something that looks like a button. We don't have to include any of that anymore because web viewers are more sophisticated than they were in the 90s. The other thing I would recommend that you do, you definitely want to include the location here. You don't have to include the entire contact information, but the location being the Caribbean, U.S. Virgin Islands. That's pertinent. That's relevant information. I think that the viewer would find it very, very useful in determining whether or not they're going to click on this link to gather further information. So again, I don't want to sound discouraging because look, you've done an enormous amount of work here. Your experimentation, your animations look fantastic. Really great job. But we've kind of drifted away from the requirements in the assignment. And I would be okay with this. So don't get me wrong. I would be okay with this. But my only problem is that it's not following the requirements of the project, in that the rubric does indicate that the only thing to be animated is the call to action. Okay, So if you want to work on this and resubmit, I'm more than happy to take another look at it. Or if we get in the next week and you're still working, you want to submit it, just post it in the general questions area of the classroom. I'll be glad to see it there. I'll be glad. I'll be sure to see it there, and I'll be glad to provide additional comments and recommendations. And I think the most important thing at this point is to me, anyways, is that you understand my critique. You understand the reasoning behind all my comments. That's important to me. So if you don't understand anything, please allow me the opportunity to clarify. And of course, most importantly, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. All right, great start, good job, good work, great effort. But I would definitely like to see those changes made to the campaign. Okay. But wanted to look at yeah, that's right. We don't have the magazine yet. I want to take a quick look at that. But if and when you do resubmit, make sure that you submit a PDF of your banner ad so we can compare. All right. I'm sorry, a PDF of your magazine ad in addition to your banner ad so we can compare the two. All right. Thank you very much.